Welcome to the second Sutra of Patanjali, cittavrtti-nirodhah, which means the ending of the constant movement of our mind. My name is Nina, and I greet you with Namaste. Patanjali wants to express with this sutra that the mind should achieve a stillness, a dynamic stillness. What does dynamic stillness mean? I find the example of a rolling ball on a slope quite good to illustrate that the ball has a dynamic in itself, but at the same time has a stillness in itself through his harmonious movement. And this dynamic point is the goal of Patanjali to achieve this in our mind as well. When we perceive things on the outside with our mind as they really are and transmit them to us, without our own interpretations, without fears, prejudices, and habits, then we receive the reality. This corresponds to dynamic stillness. But as soon as the mind changes its perception of the outside world and allows its own story to flow into it, a disturbance arises because reality is changed. Like the ball, which then starts to bounce or back and forth and get away from its still or calm movement. And in order to get there, to control our mind so that it doesn't disturb or change reality, we have to be able to recognize over time what is an illusion and what is reality. But to get back to the physical level, today I would like to support the second chakra, our sacral chakra, which stands for the joy of life. The sacral chakra connects us to our emotional level and allows us to experience life with all our senses. You could also say that is the gateway to absolutely true joy of life. I see a connection between the second sutra and the second chakra, because without joy of life, the driving force for experiencing reality, namely the way things are, is missing. And the more joyful and sensual I am, the more confidently I open myself up to life and can experience reality from the illusion created by my mind. When we recognize things are, they really are, our feelings and thoughts become one. So before we start the yoga sequence, I ask you to prepare a glass of water because the sacral chakra draws its energy from water. And the energy can also unfold optimally after the sequence. It would be nice if you take a sip or yes, even more. So let's start, and I wish you a great sequence. We start in butterfly position. Roll slowly over your spine and open your knees once to the side and place the soles of your feet on top of each other. Inhale, and a long exhale. You give yourself the first arrival here. You can place one hand on your belly and the other on your heart and connect completely with your breathing. Feel how your belly rises and falls as you inhale and exhale. This stimulates your internal organs and relieves a large amount of stress at the same time. Relax your pelvis completely by gently rocking back and forth. Relax completely and let your breathing become very easy. The second chakra, the sacral chakra, is located below the navel and is associated with the element of water. It should help us to find a balance between giving and taking, letting go and desiring, as well as creating a balance between longing, desire, and surrender. It's blocked by fear, so with the vibration we raise through the sequence, we may be able at least address one or two layers. Inhale deeply, and then slowly close your knees and return to a loving embrace for yourself by pulling your knees towards you. Giving yourself a gentle massage by rocking from left to right. From left to right, tilt your head in a relaxed manner, and from here you will be completely connected to the floor in a state of absolute relaxation. And then put your feet down once so that your knees are facing up to the sky, and tilt only your pelvis by gently pressing your lower back into the floor. With exhalation. In the next pose, release your lower back as if you were forming a hollow back and come into inhalation. And with the exhale, gently press your lower back into the floor again. Inhaling, take your pelvis again, go back to a hollow position, and with the exhale, gently press your lower back into the floor again. Inhaling, go back to a hollow position. The exhale, gently press your lower back into the floor. Inhaling, go back to a hollow. Exhaling one last time, return by gently pressing your lower back into the floor. Embrace yourself by bringing your knees towards you and rolling back and forth across your spine. Awaken your spine by intensifying the movements and making sweeping movements. Try to keep your breathing flowing here too. And with the next swing, come into a small squat from here and then into a tabletop pose. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your pelvis. And start to make gently circular movements with your upper body. Taking your head with you very loosely, inhalation and exhalation. Try to imagine that you're performing the movement as freely flowing as water. Feel very light as you do this, taking up movements that are good for you right now. So feel free to be a little creative here too. Move your shoulders away from your ears as you round and bring them back as you stretch your spine. Breathing continues to flow too, and imagine that you're simply flowing with your breath as you move. Feel free to change direction again and perform the movement intuitively for yourself. Slowly come into a neutral position. And then relax in child's pose for a moment while stretching your arms forwards. Consciously feel the floor with your hands by spreading your fingers and let your head sink heavily to the floor and give yourself another gentle massage over your forehead. Let your breathing continue to flow freely and consciously realize that you're now clearly with yourself. Try to take in your breathing again and again so that you don't let your thoughts drive you forward so much. Come back to the the tabletop pose and give your back a beautiful bend, like a cat in a state of shock. Arch your back, pull your shoulder blades apart and press your hands powerfully into the floor. From here, move up a level and come straight into your first downward facing dog with inhale. Deeply. We build up briefly by again pressing the hands powerfully into the mat. Turn your elbows slightly inwards and create your foundation with your arms. Let your legs find the way to stretching by stepping on spot. But keep your knees bent. If your heels don't touch the ground yet, it's only important that your spine is straight. Your downward facing dog will help you to let go of everything and give you a new perspective by lifting your hips upwards so that the energy can flow freely. Keep breathing. While your hands continue to press into the mat, you come slightly forward into a plank with the next inhalation, like a wave. So keep your back slightly rounded and stay in this position for a short moment. Stay strong in your arms and belly. Of course, you can also put your knees down. It's your yoga. And then return to your downward facing dog with the next exhalation. Now put your knees down. First, I would like to let some wrist circle briefly because we are going to do this sequence again. Return to the tabletop pose and to the child's pose. Stretch your arms out wide in front of you. We go on with the next inhalation and return to your tabletop pose. With exhale, become round. Draw your belly button inwards and come into your beautiful cat. Inhale, lift your pelvis into your downward facing dog. Take your hands and push them forcefully into the mat at the same time. With exhale, get round again and come into your plank like a wave. And with the next inhalation, back to your downward facing dog. Do this twice more. Again, lowering your knees to the floor. Inhale and look up slightly. With exhale, return to child's pose and connect with the floor again. Inhale, return to your tabletop pose, and exhale, become round like the cat. And inhale, come back to your downward facing dog. Exhaling over the wave, you return to your plank. Breathe and come back to your downward facing dog. Very good. Stay here for a moment. Pause again, and it's too much for you, then you can lower your knees to the floor at any time. Inhale deeply and exhale long. From here, stretch your right leg upwards and place your foot in front between your hands. Lower your left knee to the floor. We come into a little warrior. Stay here for a brief moment and now raise your arms upwards with the next inhalation. Breathe deeply into the belly and feel how you can inhale much deeper through the stretch. Lower your pelvis a little more, and which also promotes your balance. Give yourself a nice heart opening. Take your hands off the floor at the front and come into a sprinter from here. Straighten your right leg and sway backwards so that you come into a half split. Bend it again and come back into the sprinter. With a small swing, lift your left leg upwards as far as you can and attempt a standing split. Keep your hands firmly on the floor, pressing them into the mat and grounding yourself completely. At the same time, feel free because you're connected upwards to the universe. The standing split gives you inner peace and at the same time gives you strength and grace and above all expands your mind. Let everything flow like water. And simply come into a deep forward bend from here by putting your left leg down. Wrap your elbows around yourself and swing from left to right. With the next inhalation, come into a straight back and then all the way up into your yoga position. Raise your arms up and with the next exhalation, place your hands in front of your heart in the Namaste position. Inhale, long exhale. Raise your arms upwards with inhale, forward fold with exhale. Inhale, straighten your spine and place your right leg back and lower your knee to the floor with exhale. Open up again by raising your arms upwards. Inhale, expand your chest again, deepen your breath. And now turn to the left side by coming into a twist, into a gentle twist. You can also point your palms upwards, pull your arms out to either side and spread out your fingers. And return to a deep lunge. From here, step back into your downward facing dog. Over the plank, come forward again in waves as you exhale and sink all the way to the floor. Open your chest, open your heart with your cobra. Pull your shoulders deep and push your sternum out to the front. With exhalation, you come all the way back over the tabletop pose into your downward facing dog. If you need a break, use the child's pose again and again. When it's fine for you, stay in the downward facing dog. Now we raise the left leg upwards with inhalation. As you exhale, place your foot in front between your hands. Lower your right knee to the floor and return to a deep lunge on the other side. Raise both arms up with inhale. And as you exhale, return your hands to the sprinter position and lean backwards to give you more flexibility here too by stretching your left leg and lean over the left side and return to the sprinter's pose. Give yourself a little push now with your back leg into your standing split on the other side from here. Inhale deeply. Do your very best here and bring your leg up as high as you can. Stay in connect with the earth and don't let your thoughts take you away. This exercise should also help you to break the chain of thoughts so that you don't allow your chitta, your restless mind, to distract you again and again. Place your foot next to your other foot and come into a deep forward bend from here. Wrap your elbows around yourself and enjoy the whole forward bend for a brief moment. Hang yourself out loosely downwards and letting everything go. From here, then come into the half forward bend and return to your yoga pose, arms up with the inhalation and place the hands back into the Namaste pose in front of your heart center. Feel for a moment. Raise your arms up again with inhale, forward fold with exhale. And now step back, lower your left knee to the floor. Inhale, both arms go up and now return to the right side by pulling both arms open to both sides. You can turn both palms upwards to include your shoulders a little bit more in the stretch. Inhale deeply. Open your chest, open your heart. Return to the sprinter and continue into the downward facing dog. Inhale, push forwards into your plank. Be powerful and feel connected to the floor, and then lower down all the way down with exhale and come into your cobra. Open your heart and bring your elbows close to your ribs and return to your downward facing dog. Give yourself a pause for short breath because we are going to do the sequence again. Just stay here for a short moment. Perhaps the experiences we have in our lives sometimes tell you that they are incomplete in some way. Yoga takes us from the limited experiences to the ultimate experiences, namely the limitless, and helps us to realize that there are several solutions in our lives to do something about our suffering. One of these is the breathing technique. So always remain conscious of your breathing and never skip one. This also allows us to clean our mind in a way and give it dynamic stillness. From here, lift your right leg upwards with inhale and put your foot between your hands with exhale. Lower your knee. Inhaling, pull both arms upwards, and with exhale, rock backwards, stretching your right leg. Giving yourself a push with the back leg, coming straight into the standing split. Lift your leg up as far as you can with the next inhalation. Lower your foot with exhale and come into a deep forward bend. Let go of everything that keeps coming up in your mind and practice surrender. Just let go for a moment. Next inhalation, straight back. Come fully into your yoga pose, arms up, and release the arms again into your namaste position. Feel briefly, deep inhalation and a long exhalation. Again, inhale, raise your arms up, and with exhale, forward fold. And step back with your right knee backwards. Both arms up, in, and turn to the left side by coming into a twist again. Inhalation again, and both arms up, and come back into your downward facing dog on exhalation. Inhale, push yourself forward into your plank, stay powerful, feel the strength, and with exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Your cobra, inhale, shoulders away from the ears, and with exhale, back into your downward facing dog. We continue directly left side, left leg up, inhale. And with exhale, step your foot between your hands. With exhale, lower your knee. Inhale, both arms upwards. And with exhale, sway backwards, straighten your left leg. Inhale, from here, return to your standing position. Your split. Stay here briefly so that you can continue to develop your stability. Become light even when you are exerting yourself. Pull your leg back down, next to the other, come into a deep forward bend and a long exhalation. Straighten your spine with inhale and go further into yoga stand. Raise your arms up to the sky and place your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, raise your arms up. Forward fold with exhale. Inhale, straighten your back. Now step back with the left foot and lower your knee. Inhale, raise your arms up. And with exhale, return to your twist on the right side. Open your heart. Inhale, arms up. And with exhale, step back, return to your downward facing dog. Become aware of yourself again. When it's too much for you, at any time you can return to your child's pose. And from the downward facing dog, come forward into your plank by rounding your spine. And with exhale, go all the way down to the floor. Your cobra, inhale. And step back into your downward facing dog. Finally, lower your knees and return to child's pose. Just for one breath. Inhale and a long exhale. And slowly straighten up so that your hands are crawling towards your feet and come into a deep squat. Open your knees and place your hands in front of your heart center and lower your pelvis so that your spine is straight up. Shoulders low, neck nice and long, and feel how everything flows inside you. The sacral chakra lives from the energy of water. This means not only that we should drink enough, but also that the way we move increases the energy of your sacral chakra. And now, use the strength of your legs to push yourself up and return to your yoga pose with inhale. From here, open your legs and come into a wide-legged fold across the length of your mat. Deep forward bend, using a block if you like. Press down through the surface of your feet. Your hands come all the way down to the floor. If this is too strong, keep your knees bent. Your toes point forwards, your pelvis pushed upwards so that you can bend your upper body forwards more easily. With your next inhalation, lift your left arm upwards. The right hand remains on the floor or your block in the center of your feet and maintain the connection with the earth. Form a line. You're connected at the bottom, full of trust and open to new things at the top. Bring your upper arm back to the floor and briefly come back into your sprinter pose. And then step back into your downward facing dog. Inhale back into the plank forwards and lower all the way to the floor. The next inhalation, your cobra, open your heart and come back into your downward facing dog. Crawl back to your feet with your hands and return to the deep squat position once again. Consciously notice how your feet touch the floor and are well grounded, and straighten your spine bit by bit. With the next inhalation, return to the yoga pose in your Tadasana. Inhale, hands in front of your heart, Namaste, exhale. Return to the wide-legged fold, open your legs across the length of your mat and grab the block. You might want to put your head down on the block again. And now raise your right arm upwards to the sky and let the left hand on the block or on the floor and create a line. Feel the connection between the earth and the universe. Keep your breath flowing. And with the next exhalation, lower your right hand to the floor and come back to the sprinter position. Inhale. And step back to your downward facing dog with exhale. From here, come forward into your plank. Inhale and go all the way down to the floor on your mat with exhale. Your cobra, inhale, open your chest, stay down and go over the tabletop pose into your child's pose. With a deep inhalation and a long, long exhalation. And say to yourself, I walk through life more and more sincerely and mindfully every day. From the child's pose, return to the tabletop pose and find your way on your back. Bring your knees directly towards you and round yourself like a ball by lovingly hugging your knees and trying to put your nose between your knees with your head. Become very round and roll over your spine and imagine how you now roll back and forth over your spine in the same rhythm. Inhale and exhale. Forward and back. Just allow the momentum and go with it. Roll over your spine one last time. And now lie on your back, grabbing your right knee and pulling it towards you. Keep your left leg straight and pull your right leg to the left side. Stretch your arms to both sides and look towards your right hand. Continue to let go of everything here. The breath flows in and out naturally, and you're completely with yourself and keep your attention focused on your body. Yoga is all about exploring and understanding our thinking self, our citta. And Patanjali inspires us to get at the bottom of it in order to find a clear way out of these difficulties. Immediate realization, which doesn't come by thinking or even looking it up in a book, not even from memory, but must be clearly recognized like an object that is visible right in front of your eyes. Only then helps us to understand the mind better. This enables you to tame your citta. In other words, to command it, to hold back and balance its activities. Don't let anything wrong get mixed in with your perception. Return yourself with both knees, round yourself again, and now roll back and forth like a ball, as if someone is on the other side and keeps rolling you back in the same rhythm. Enjoy the movement because it's also a wonderful massage for your spine. And now release once here by now stretching your right leg, keeping your left leg with you, this time pulling it gently to the right side. Both arms are open to both sides again and let go completely here. Inhale deeply and exhale long. To support our sacral chakra here too, it's also important that you feel good. And when you're no longer in the flow, when you are restless, when something hurts, then always do something good for yourself. For example, take a bath or take a warm shower. Always make sure that your body and your mind are always in balance. Take a deep breath.
And come back again by enclosing both knees again. Feel it once and then return from here to your Shavasana. Stretch your legs, your arms, left and right outwards, and feel like you are being carried by the ground again. Continue to let your breath flow and feel inside yourself. Wherever you find areas that feel tense, just let go. Direct your breath to this place and relax completely. Everything you feel now, you are allowed to feel. The feelings have to come out. With relaxed breathing, you give them space. And you will find that this allows you to let go. You can tell yourself over and over again that you might be afraid or angry or sad. Keep breathing and just feel it and say to yourself, okay, these are my feelings. I'm letting my feelings flow now. They can just flow, and repeat that. Maybe you recognize a feeling, pay attention to it and just say, hey, you can be here. You can flow. Just notice the feeling and let your breathing continue to flow. Imagine how the entire lower area of your abdomen, your pelvic area, fills with orange energy. With every inhalation, you increase the energy. With every exhalation, it expands further in the pelvis and fills with a beautiful orange color. Inhale and long, long exhale and relax completely. Now move your fingers, your toes, and over the side come in your relaxed seat slowly and drink a glass of water that you have prepared beforehand. And then feel very consciously and notice how the water flows through your body.
If you have achieved a feeling of well-being with this sequence, then feel it again here. The relaxation in your body, the feeling of well-being also increases the energy of your sacral chakra. So imagine how everything inside can float freely without obstacles and blockades should also increase the energy of your sacral chakra. Place your right hand on your heart and left hand on your belly. Breathe in deeply for a long, long time. Exhale. Notice your breath, how the air flows in and out freely. Do this few times with a conscious inhalation and exhalation, and notice the lightness in your breathing, how it flows in and out. Place your hands then in a relaxed position on your lap and keep your eyes now closed.
Now imagine a calm lake in your mind's eye. You've discovered it in a forest while out walking. You're sitting in front of this lake and you can see to the bottom of the lake as the water is clear and still. Suddenly a stone is thrown into the lake and the lake makes waves, obscuring your view of the bottom for a brief moment. Wait for this moment, breathing in and out, until the lake has calmed down again and you can see clearly from new. The water is calm and clear again and you can see the bottom again. Everything you can see at the bottom now was also there when the lake was making waves. The lake has not changed. Its depth with all the things that have accumulated at the bottom over time are still there. You can now see them clearly again. Whether it's stones and an old bottle or fish swimming in the depth below. The calmer the lake and the deeper you look, the more things appear to you. You can now see them clearly and experience reality as things are. If you now compare the lake with your mind, and it makes waves in the form of old beliefs, fears, prejudices, false interpretations, stay calm and wait until the mind has regained its stillness, until the water is calm again, and you can look into the depth to see things clearly as they are. Inhalation and long exhalation. Stay in this calmness. Stay in the silence and keep the clarity. Slowly open your eyes. With the next deep inhalation, raise your arms again and put your hands in front of your heart. Thank you for your trust and for accompanying me here. I look forward to you accompanying me in the next sutra as well. Namaste.